Now, other things that we've managed to get on sale in the last few days, although saying that, I was going to say this Fiesta, but Benjamin has just taken a deposit on it and sold it, which gets us up to number 20, which means he's really pleased because he's got himself a big bonus. Right, before we get into today's video, just a quick talk to you about our sponsor today, which is Vehicle Score, our good friends, who have updated their Vehicle Score check-in service. Now, those of you who don't know, Vehicle Score is a free vehicle check-in service. You simply put in your registration number and it gives you a unique score to your vehicle, which you can compare to the one in Vehicle Score's database. It uses things like mileage and MOT history to give you your unique score and gives you loads of free information about the car you are looking at, such as vehicle data, all the MOT history, all the mileage history, and even offers things like free valuation tool. But they also go further with their paid checks, making sure your vehicle is free of finance, making sure it's not got involved in an accident, been for a salvage auction, ever been stolen, maybe been used as a taxi, imported, exported, change of colour. If your vehicle's got a hidden pass, Vehicle Score will find it. And the checks are some of the most comprehensive out there and at the best possible price. And it gets better because being a Car UK viewer, you get 20% off their paid checks by simply using the promo code CARUK20. And also as well, Vehicle Score has just launched its new refund cover as well. So for a few extra pounds, buy that refund cover. If your report comes back clean, you don't pay for the report. You get that back. You get it completely refunded. So there you are, even more ways of saving money. So remember to use the CARUK20 discount code on any of the paid checks, but always remember the basic service from Vehicle Score is completely free to use. The link is in the description where you can find Vehicle Score. Go over to Vehicle Score and give them a try today. Evening all, welcome back to the Car UK channel and to another car pitch update where I deal in cars under £5,000 retail. So, since the last update, what have we been up to? Well, it's been immensely busy. It's been absolutely off the chart in January, and we've nearly managed to meet our target, which I'll talk more about later on. But effectively what happened is that we got down to 2 cars on sale as of last Saturday. So we've been spending this week not only getting those sold cars out, which we sold, which was a lot, but also trying our best to get some vehicles on sale on the pitch. So literally just trying to get them sort of test drivable, or even just when stuff's just coming in, just doing a quick walk round and just saying, no one's got any early interest, ring up now and put a deposit down, because if you're going to wait for it to go on sale, the chances are it'll be gone, because we're selling stuff literally within probably a few hours of it going on Facebook, which is where we mainly advertise our vehicles, other than obviously on the pitch where people walk past. So by end of play last Saturday, I told my colleague who was covering by about 2:30 to basically close up, because, well, there wasn't really much point. It started raining and we said we only got 2 cars on, and everyone who was coming on was leaving names and numbers for smaller cars, which we just didn't have. But now we have managed to sort of try to restock, although I'd say for every 5 cars we're putting out, about 3 of them we're selling straight away. But anyway, nonetheless, let me show you what has changed since the last update, because obviously we've sold lots of cars and there has been some new bits that have landed. I'm not show you what's here now, but probably won't be here tomorrow. Right, we'll do a quick scoop round first, because I can't actually remember since our last update what we actually did have on sale and what you've already seen, so bear with me. We'll start with the easy ones that I know have sold straight away. iX35, remember this from, Aston Barclay, it was from G3 Bedford, the only car I actually won from G3 Bedford that day. Finally turned up, we put it on sale, give it a buff up, and it sold immediately. I had 2 or 3 people on it. Did have someone on it originally who was, couldn't really get insured on it in the end, but luckily the second person who was really keen on it left a deposit with us yesterday, so that is now done. It lasted about 24 hours on sale at 3,995. Really pleased with that. It doesn't need too much really either, just the service. It's down for some brakes and some tyres. That's pretty much it, and it drives really well, and say the customer's picking that up in a couple of weeks. I think it's for his daughter. We also managed to sell Dacia Duster as well. That is sold and going out tomorrow. The red Peugeot 108, which had been with us for a few weeks, which I couldn't understand why, because it's an absolute peach of a car with like 40,000 miles on, low mileage, got the mint 1 litre Toyota engine in. Anyway, a chap rang up who watches the channel and basically said, I'm after something around the sort of 4 or 5 grand mark. I'm driving a 107 now and I love it. I want something similar. Well, I just went, why a 108? Pretty much the same car, but obviously not nicer inside, better build quality, but still got the decent engine in. He went, yep, no problem, put deposit on that, and he's coming to pick that up tomorrow, which I'm really pleased about, because that is a cracking little car. Other things we sold, Vauxhall Viva, that is sold and going out tomorrow. We're going to clean that up. We've also sold a couple of C1s in the week as well, which you've probably not even seen because everyone just buys them the second they land. We've also sold the partner van, which I think we mentioned last week. That went straight away. That's going out tomorrow. We've also sold pretty much everything. No, we've also sold this Punto as well. This lasted about about an hour on Facebook and got bombarded with people after it. I mean, it was shown in a auction trip the other week. We bought this with an Alfa Romeo, which is over in the corner. We've just seen it then, which is just gone on sale. But the Punto, straight on sale, bang, someone came on the phone, deposit, he'll have it for his son. And then I had about 3 or 4 people ringing me up asking could they have it, and I explaining to them that no, you can't, because a man's paid for it. He's paid his dipper on it, so it's his, because they weren't they happy about. But there we are, snooze you lose. So that is done as well. The Punto does need a little bit of work, actually, that little Punto. It needs wheels refurbing, which we're going to do for him. We've got to put a cam out on it because we've got much history on it, and I've got to put a clutch in it because it's a bit high. But even with all that, day and a half work on it, and the bits aren't expensive for these. We say it's still got a nice margin in it for us, and at the end of the day someone's going to get a cracking little car. Saying it's quite sporty, I quite like that. So that's good news. So that sold as well. We also sold the C3 Picasso, that went out the other day as well. Also got rid of the Peugeot 108, the purple one. If I've got any pictures I'll show you. That went out the other day. So it's, like I said, quite a lot sold, and I've probably forgotten about a ruck of others as well. Now, other things that we've managed to get on sale in the last few days. Although, saying that, I was going to say this Fiesta, but Benjamin has just taken a deposit on it and sold it, which gets us up to number 20, which means he's really pleased because he's got himself a big bonus. So that's good for him. But the Fiesta, well, I might as well talk about it. It's just took a dipper on it. So this was a 2010 Ford Fiesta that's been on sale for about an hour. And they say, well, on Facebook, and we've just took a deposit on it. 2 calls, and one chap we rang first was all over it for his daughter, and he's just put a deposit down on it. So that is now sold. For what it was worth, it done 101,000 miles. It was up for $28.95. It was beautiful. It drove right, I say, and it's now got a name down on it and sold straight away. This is the situation that we're currently in. Everything just moves dead quick. Now, we've got us to get this on sale yesterday, the little Twingo. Colour, it's probably a bit Marmitey. I like it. I think it's really nice. I'd call that a duckhead colour. Let me know what you think. But that is a little 1.2, little Clio Sport on a 13 plate. It's up for $28.95. Done about, I think it's done 95,000 if I remember rightly. I think I might be wrong there, but it's around that sort of figure, and it drives really well. Big, quite go-kartish in the way it drives, and it's a nice thing, a cheapy little car, but it does need a few little bits. So that's why it's got the old Await and Prep sticker in it. So drive-wise is fine, but it needs a couple of wheels doing, which I've got some new wheels coming, because basically whoever's had it last has hit a couple of curbs, should we say, and knackered the wheels, so we could put some new wheels on it. And also the mirror cap, for some reason, has got a zip tie on it for some strange reason, so I've ordered a new cover for that as well. But other than that, it's just general prep, servicing, disc and pads, stuff we usually do anyway. But until we get the wheels there, there's not much really we can do with it. But at least it's still physically, you can come and see it. Someone could actually technically test drive it if they wanted to, but I suspect we'll probably get rid of that in the next 24 hours, get a deposit on it, because it's the sort of thing at the moment, probably about 78% of the inquiries we're getting is on these small cars. Another car we got back from paint the other day, which you have seen briefly in the past, is this Hyundai i30 Estate. This had a bit of damage, you remember, down the bottom here and on the front bumper corner. I've had that all done. Looks lovely, all blended in. You would never know it's been painted. Now we've just got to get the wheels done. For now, because we are immensely busy, and there's no point sending it to have the wheels done today, because no one will be able to see it over the weekend, and someone could potentially test drive it, is we'll get them sent off on Monday. So if it's not sold by Monday, we'll get it in the corner, take the wheels off, get them powder coated, because they need to go to powder coat, because they are really bad, really bad, and then we'll get them redone and make it look a Bobby Dazzler. 1.6 diesel, £35 a year road tax on that. Drives like the day it was new. It's a little bit mileagey, I won't lie to you. It's done 130,000, but as I know of these, they can do mega miles, these 1.6 diesel Hyundais. In fact, we had a customer on the other day who was very interested in this vehicle. She ended up actually buying a Peugeot 108, the purple one, for her daughter, and they've got one, and it's done 200,000 miles, and it's still running perfectly. So this goes to show some of the newer diesels can still do those miles. I say it's going to be going up for about 2,700, 2,800 quid mark on a 63 because of the mileage. If it done 80,000 miles, it would have been up for 3,995, but it hasn't. So they say there'll be someone there who just wants a cheap little diesel car, state car they can just plonk around in and so get a fair few years out of. What else have we had come on? Of course, the Mercedes, the C-Class. You recognise this one. It was lingering in that corner for an ever and a day. Well, it's now back. Give me a story about this one. So this has been with us for probably about 6 months. And basically, I was trying to get someone to put a timing chain. Why someone put some cones there? Someone put a timing chain on it, and basically I kept getting let down. Every single person who kept coming to say they were going to do it for me or was booking it in with kept letting me down. But in the end, we managed to find someone who locally managed to do it for us, come back the other day, now starts up perfectly, no rattles at all, absolutely spot on, drives mint. The only thing we've got to do to it is the wheels now. We just need to do the wheels. We're going to do them on Monday again, like the Kia. We might just get the fascias done on those, because we could probably get that done in the same day, get the smart guy out just to do them, because it's only just they're just peeled a bit, they're not actually rotten or anything, so we might be able to just get the fascias done, make it a bit quicker. And then obviously it can be, well, it's already then, bar a stereo inside. Actually the stereo, I can show you, it's open, is, well, someone's pinched it basically and put an aftermarket one in, which is horrible. So either I'm going to put an Android system in there or get an original Merc system and put that back in. But it's a little 6-speed manual, 1.6 petrol, C180, 1.6 turbo, and it says split mint, and it's only done 55,000 miles with full service history as well. We were going to use this as a raffle car. I mentioned about making it a raffle car, which some people are a bit disappointed about on Facebook when I made an announcement yesterday that it's back. I'm now retailing it again, but in fairness, the raffle prizes we've got, which you'll find out what they're going to be, well, from Sunday you'll find out what they are, they're very, very interesting. So yeah, don't worry, I've not shortchanged you on the raffle prize. You've got some really interesting prizes coming up for the first ever Car UK Raffle, which we announce next week. In the meantime, if anyone's after a very, very low mileage Mercedes-Benz, then get in touch, because this one's going up for 4,995. It says, and it's also been price matched on Auto Trader. You will not find one cheaper on the Auto Trader, a manual in that colour, that spec, with that mileage on, any cheaper in the country that's not on the hit list. So yeah, that is a one to watch out for. I don't think that will be with us for very, very long. Let's quickly talk about what we're going to be working on next week as well, what we're going to try to be getting on sale. Well, actually missed the car out. We've got the a black Clio, which we took in Part X on a Citroen C3 Picasso the other day. That is gone on sale yesterday as well. This is a very clean example, actually. It's an old one. It's an old 56 plate Clio, but it's 5-door, 1.4 petrol, done 77,000 miles, and the bloke who had it, who bought the C3, subscriber, he's really looked after it, and it's had a cam belt done on it, it's had a clutch done on it recently, it's got like twin glass roofs, it drives really well, and it's a really clean car. So we've just put that up for sale, and in fact we've actually got someone on that for Saturday to come and have a look at it, so I don't think that's going to be very long either. So a little cheapy, but next week, let's focus on next week. Skoda, I need to sort that out. We haven't touched that because it probably needs a few more jobs than a first thought. It's a bit condensated inside, as you can see here, and someone rightfully said on the channel, in the comments, that it might be leaking in the back, and do you know what, you're spot on, it is. It's leaking a little bit of water, the old Skoda Auto, in the offside rear door. There's a panel there we leak on. I actually have done one of these many years ago, and a bit of a pain, but you have to take the card off and reseal them, but we need to do that because it's a bit wet down there and it's what's condensating the car up. Then we need to service it, strip it all down, get it all sorted, needs a lambda sensor, dry it all out, dehumidifier, shampoo it. So it's going to be another week or so till we get that on sale, but it's a low mileage automatic Skoda, so it will sell. Obviously we just need to get it right, so that's one to sort out next week. This is sold. We've also sold a Hyundai i10, a silver one, which I don't think I've got any pictures of, but if I have, I'll put you one here. That's sold. That's the second that landed. The guy had that on a 14 plate. My Dacia is a work in progress. I've still not got round to doing that, but I am going to start that tomorrow. My i20 I can now get to, got room, slowly getting into dead corner, but that's going to get worked on next week. That needs a timing chain, so we've got to sort that out. That red thing, I don't even look at that. Fusion, we need to get some injectors for that, but they're probably week after next. We're slowly getting back, dead corner back. I say we're just now getting stumped with soul cars predominantly. Phone's going again. See who's ringing on the phone. So that was a phone call, another one. Another chap has just seen a post from a few hours ago for a red C1 that's literally only just landed again, which has now actually gone off to the paint shop. It's not even here anymore, and he wants to buy it straight away. So again, see, this is the situation that we're up against. Just stuff is just going immediately. We're not even getting anywhere near getting them on sale half the time, which is a pretty good problem to have, but obviously we've got quite a lot of work to be doing. Now, back to where we were, Blue Hyundai actually. I'll talk about this one. So cars that are going to be coming through the mill next week, we're going to be getting on with the Dacia, we're going to be getting on with the Hyundai, we're going to be getting on with this blue Hyundai as well, this i10. This needs an alternator. It's a little bit, well, you can hear it starting to seize up a little bit, and it's not charging the battery very well, so I need to put an alternator on it. I don't think, is this one it needs paint? I know the silver one needed paint, I've sent it to have paint done, that's a 14 plate, but I don't think this needs paint on the bodywork, it just wants the door handles redoing. In fact, you can see here, can you see the door handles? Just want redoing, so we're going to redo the door handles, but other than that, it's actually alright, and it does drive alright at the moment, but obviously it won't stay charged up very long, so we're we need an alternator. So we're going to put a new alternator on it. Probably going to have to order some new trims, it's got a bit edgy. Just give it a bit of a clean up, but that'd just be a little cheapie. High Hyundai, i10, good sellers. Probably be a sort of a £2,000 type car once we've done it all. They say, I don't think it's that mileagey. I don't think it is, he says. Let's have a look. I'm going to tell, is it done? I don't think I've got the key actually. No, I haven't got the key. I think it's done 98,000 miles. That rings a bell. It's somewhere around there. So for a 14, 15-year-old car, it's not too bad. What else have we got coming in next week? At the moment, we've got more Igos and C1s coming in. We've got a blue one here. This is sold, but I've got an identical one. Is it a Citroen or is it a Toyota Igo? Not that it makes any difference, but it's a 10-plate one in blue, same colour, 5-door. That's coming in next week. We'll be going straight to the paint shop because it's got a bit of been caught on the back arch, the one that's coming in. But again, it's very similar to this one. I think it's 5-door, remember rightly. It's done about 98,000 miles. Just the typical sort of C1 Igo that we get in. The cheaper sort of ones we get in be around the 21.95, 22.95 type territory. I've also got a really nice white one coming in as well. I think it's a 13 or a 14 plate, a VTR Plus. That is coming in as well next week, which we sold to a customer about 18 months ago when we first opened, and that is coming back as well. And then just basically just plodding on what we got on the fronts really, to try and get them right, and then back to the auctions, because although we're selling them quick, we need to replace them. So we're going back to the auctions as well. But anyway, it's getting cold now, my light's going down, so let me go inside and have a chat with you. So yeah, a really busy end to the week. So we've still got one more day left of January, but the lads probably don't care now because they've pretty much smashed their targets, and we've still got a couple of irons in the fires as well. So they're going to get their, first ever bonus. We've introduced a bonus scheme this year, basically to try and motivate the troops. And to be fair, it's worked perfectly, because not only are they working a lot harder, but they're also earning me more money and themselves more money, so everyone's a winner. So anyway, quick chat about next week. Obviously, we've talked about the cars we've got outside that we need to get on sale, or at least try to attempt to get on sale. And of course, we've got an abundance of sold cars. I mean, I think we've got, quick look at the board, we've got 11 more deposits currently at the moment as it stands. We've got 11 cars with deposits on that are effectively sold, that we're going to have to start, obviously, grinding out over the next week or so. But what we've been doing since the beginning of the year is, rather than sort of what we were doing, was basically we sold a ruck of cars. We've always done well with selling sort of a glute of cars, and then we'd focus on them, get them all done, try and get them out of the way, and then quickly restock. So we sort of start, stop. And to be honest with you, although we thought at the time, I thought it was a good idea to be doing it that way and focus all our efforts on the sold stuff and then focus all our efforts on replacing them and back and two, it probably wasn't an efficient way of doing it. So now we're sort of splitting it up a bit, 2 ramps, and provided we don't get any horror stories, i.e. something stuck on a ramp, we're waiting for parts, it's actually flowing quite well. We can still get a sold car done and dusted, whilst a prep car is next to it, and then as soon as we get that off, we can get it on sale. But also a new trick that I've been doing is basically just doing a quick walk round of the vehicles as they land. So as stuff comes in, getting that initial interest, that initial walk round video. Obviously the cars aren't 100% by this point, but people can put their interest down, and in some cases what we're finding, about 1 in 3 cars that I'm putting videos on, the same day we are getting deposits on it. I was going to say, people are taking a leap of faith, by the way, because they trust hopefully us to get the car right for them. But it is working, it is actually leading to more sales and saying creating more money for us, which is ultimately what we need to do. Now we definitely need to be going back to some auctions next week as well. I've got one auction planned on Monday, and also maybe this Wednesday, but if not, a week on Wednesday, I am going to a new auction that I have never been before. That's a proper drive-through rostrum auction, so we'll be filming there as well. In fact, we've been invited down, and I'm looking forward to that one. Now, lastly, on Sunday, don't forget to check out my recent trip to Angular Car Auctions. That video, which should be a nice long one, is coming out on Sunday. It's really interesting, and I hope you will enjoy that, so make sure you check that one out on Sunday. Probably going out around between sort of 7 and 7:30, and you can see what we bought that day. And we did buy more than one classic car from that sale. They are here now. I've hid them over in the corner, but you'll know what they are on Sunday. And next week, we'll be doing a video on those vehicles, like I said earlier, doing a raffle, the first ever Car UK Raffle, where we're going to raffle off at least one of those classic cars, and also there'll be some other prizes, but also we'll be raising some money for charity on the back of it as well. But I'll talk about the first ever Car UK Raffle next week. Probably get that out maybe Wednesday, Thursday, all being well. I'll give you a proper look around the prizes as well and show you how you can get involved. But anyway, that is enough for today. I'm sorry this is a little bit rushed and thrown together. It's been so busy, and I thought rather than not do a video, I would just quickly go around and show you what has been going on, because I've not been able to film as much as I would like this week. So thank you for bearing with me. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the channel, because it means a lot to me. And also don't forget to check out today's sponsor, of course, our good friends at Vehicle Score. Link is in the description. If you want to carry out one of their paid checks, you get a discount for being a Car UK viewer. And I always recommend that you have a check done on a vehicle that you're purchasing, particularly if it's from a private individual. Make sure it isn't got any outstanding finance or ever been involved in an accident. Vehicle Score is the place to be for that. So make sure you check them out. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one.